Hello lovelies, welcome to today's video. So as the title suggests, this project was inspired by a challenge. So this was the January challenge on the Darkroom Door Inspiration Facebook group, and it was a mood board. Now I'm a little late to the party, but I still wanted to give it a go. We know, I've mentioned before, I love doing challenges because if the mojo is just not flowing, they really help with that. But two, sometimes, following the challenge really gets me out of my comfort zone. Okay, not sometimes, a lot of the time. Like in this case, with the mood board, these are colours I would not normally use. Well, not together anyway. So for the mood board, I have chosen abandoned coral, iced spruce, and antique linen in my distress oxides. I'm really using my oxides a lot lately. I'm preferring them to my distress inks, which I find very surprising. I really love how you can blend them. So what I have done on my stamp is I've got the ink pads and I have smushed them on my stamp together. So I've used two different colours on my stamp, and then I've spritzed it with a bit of water. Now, I've never had a problem doing this. It always works for me. And the best part is I don't think you can really get it wrong. So you start with your lightest colour, in my case antique linen. So then if you use too much of it and you go over it with the ice spruce, not a big deal. It just gives you nice coverage. I don't know, I just really love it, and I find that this works really well with the distress oxides. Also, what I love doing with these is using my gel plate. So just wait till we get to that part. So when I started this, I knew I wanted to use the background stamp. So this is the corrugated iron background stamp. Now it's A6 size. And I thought, okay, I'll make a card. I'm not a card maker. I don't make a lot of cards. And then it was pretty late and I didn't want to make an art journal page. I've been so dissatisfied with my art journal lately. So I thought, what am I going to do, Then I realised I can do anything. It's my project. So basically, it's a mini art journal page, I'd call it. Well, or maybe just a big card front. I don't know. But basically, it's an A6 size project. And it's just, I don't know, I'm going to call it an art hanging. It's just a pretty little art piece that I wanted to make. That is pretty much it, and that is the joy of art. You can make anything you want and it doesn't actually have to have a purpose. There is no purpose for this. I might send it to someone, I might write on the back of it, I don't know. But I got to create something, I got to get my hands dirty, and I had some fun. So this is where I'm using my gel plate. My gel plate I've been using a lot lately. Will loves it, and we've been out here playing with it. And I've been using the little one. I'm trying to use all of them. I have I think it's the 8x10. That thing's almost black now because I use it so much. I have about about 6 varying sized other gel plates that I've hardly touched. So I'm trying to use them all. This one worked great. So I wanted to bring in the third colour, and two, I just wanted to make a mixed media looking background to stamp onto. So I smushed my ink pads onto a very small gel plate. How big would that be? Maybe that's about, I don't know, 6x3 maybe. I don't know. It's rectangular, it's long. So I smushed the ink pad onto it and then used it to make this really cool background on some cardstock. When I was using the antique linen, I was literally just cleaning off my ink pad. That was it. But yeah, so I put it onto my gel plate, spritzed it with some water, and then planted it straight down. And it gives me this really cool effect. So yeah, I love it. It's a lot of fun. I'll have to post the video, but I was playing with my gel plate, lots of paint, and then I got my distress oxides out and made some really nice blends. I was very excited to learn that you can actually use oxides on your gel plate to make a mono print. Very exciting, but I'll have to tell you about that next time. So now I'm fussy cutting my stamps to put onto the front of my stamped background, basically. Something about this black star, it just bugged me. Now, I knew I wouldn't get a lot of the red behind it because it is such a full stamp. It's not a lot of white space. I think that was what was bugging me. It wasn't enough. So you'll see in a minute, I cut the sides off and it works better for me. I just think it was too much. And in the stamp set, sadly, there isn't something else that I could have used. Nothing was appealing to me. So I'm just going to adhere this down to some cardstock. Now, literally all I stamped this on was copy paper, good old regular printer paper. And I'm using the cardstock to give it some structure. I've stamped my stars on cardstock because I do find, well, actually, no. I was going to say I do find it easier to use the gel plate on cardstock, but it works just fine on copy paper. But I wanted to use cardstock just so it was a bit more sturdier. Now I'm just trimming down the front of this piece. My trimmer honestly was inside and I could not be bothered getting it, so I'm using scissors, but I'm the worst person at cutting a straight line. So I did leave a border with my background stamp, and it looks like it's double matted, and I don't mind that. Like I said, this was just really, honestly, it was a piece for me to play. There was no purpose behind it. There was no art journal page. There was no card to make. No layout. It was just, I just wanted to play. I haven't been out in my art room. It's been too hot. I just wanted to play. So literally that's what I did, and I followed the mood board and got to use some different color combinations. So I've snipped off the side. I'm putting my star down, and then I'm going to put this star down in the bottom left hand corner. So I'm working on that triangle figure. You know, the triangle outline that you can use to help you figure out where to place things. Something wasn't quite right. I was missing something. So I go through the stamp set and find another little stamp. I did want one with little white, not as much white space, so it could tie in with that black star. Something about it just wasn't working for me. I needed to bring in some more of that black, I think. So I stamped that in a few places, just masking off the bottom so I could get a bit of that stamp hanging off the edge. And then because I just love grungy, messy, doodly borders, I'm just going around this star, and I feel it helps tie it into the star in the bottom corner. And then honestly, because my when I stamped it, when I inked up my little stamp, I got the edges a bit. I just scribbled around them too. Honestly, I think it works. It goes with the little project I'm making. I like it. Then I just found a star-related quote that I had, and I stamped that in the middle, and honestly, that's it. It's all done. Oh no, I am inking up around it with Black Soot Distress Oxide because I love the grungy look. We know I do. So that's it from me. I hope you have enjoyed this project, even though I don't really know what it is, but still, it was a lot of fun to make. Thanks for watching. I'll be back real soon with a new video. Bye for now.